absolutely convinced about that. It is a progress from the cogito ergo sum to the YouTube, therefore you are. I think, therefore I am, is something completely different. The classical modern era. Lacan's reservations about the logical consistency of the relation between the thinking and the being, I, are superbly confirmed by the technologically based everyday rituals of the late 20th century. Wilhelm Flusser, intellectually trained in Martin Buber's philosophy of dialogue in the last years of his life, defined this as a possibility for the individual to get closer to God, again after God had so thoroughly hidden his face in Auschwitz. In this variant of Jewish religious philosophy, the encounter with the you or thou is the only possibility of beholding the countenance of God. In terms of telematic network, this would mean for Flusser from monitor to monitor, from one terminal to another, if they are attached with each other, if they are in a relation of affection to each other. Let's listen to Wilhelm Flusser for 2 or 3 minutes. Many of you might not have met him. We presented at the last Transmediale. Stephen had invited us a wonderful gift to those people who never met Flusser. We constructed a DVD with his original speech and his original appearance in 7 languages, including Italian, because the Italians are extremely lazy with translations of media theory and media philosophy. Flusser is just one example of those great thinkers who are not translated, and I know that Italian students practically don't read any English, very, very seldom, only if it's absolutely necessary. Let's listen.
May I continue to be a Jew for this interview, which is not usually what I'm doing. I don't use my Judaism very often, but you provoke me. And it is because I heard that in your country there is some anti-Semitism, so I profit from it to speak about Judaism.
That's it.
So let me say the following. There is a prohibition of image for the following reason. The idea in Judaism is that God is completely different, totally different, toto, pseudo, abstract, which means that you cannot conceive him and you cannot imagine him. It is completely unthinkable and unimaginable, and therefore theology is not possible. You cannot speak about God, you can only speak to God. Now, if that is a fact, there is only one image, which is the face of the other person. Because God made man in his image. And the only way I can imagine God is to look at the other person. This is to say that only through the love of my neighbor can I love God. So if the image of the only permitted image is the face of the other, but synthetic image, computer image, is the other person. Because through the computer image I can talk to the other person. He sends me his image. I work on it. I send it back to him. So this is a Jewish image. This is not an idol. This is not paganism. It is a way to love my neighbor, and by loving my neighbor, to love God.
With his